Welcome to the 100% walkthrough for Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. I'm Psycho Doggo, and this is going to be a complete 100% walkthrough. I will get you through to at least demonstrate every possible ending for the game, including an early ending, which I will have an episode dedicated to so that anybody who watches it can see how to go ahead and beat that boss fight. So at this point, I've just beaten the game enough times that I am ready to go ahead and do a 100% walkthrough for this. This is an absolute masterpiece of a game, and I really hope that if you are thinking about playing it, go ahead and decide to utilize this walkthrough. It will get you through the game in as efficient of a manner as possible, and with as few struggles as possible, though this game is built to cause some degree of struggle. Now, for this, I actually bought this game on my PlayStation. I've done 11 playthroughs on my Xbox, but this one you'll at least get to see all of my, as I go ahead and unlock achievements, you'll be able to see them. I'm just going to keep everything standard for this. For the walkthrough, I'm going to skip through most cutscenes, but I will leave probably one or two in just because of how beautiful they are. I mean, just this game is a masterpiece. But as I said, if you are watching this walkthrough to get through the game, please take the time, watch the cutscenes. They are epic and absolutely awe-inspiring every single time. First things first, if you are playing this on Xbox, understand that you're going to have to adjust your controller layout for this game. I'll address it as soon as the loading screen boss ends. Okay. Go ahead. As soon as the game starts. I'm going to have to adjust this real quick. I'll let you adjust my own controller layout. So, awesome. You want to go over to controller configuration. The first thing I would recommend is if while you play, you want to look at how your hand sits on your controller. And I would recommend changing step dodge to square. And then going over to the action button, changing that to circle. And it's just because when my hand sits on the controller, my thumb hovers over X and square. And those are the two buttons that you use in combat. And this is extremely fast-paced combat in this game. And so I would highly recommend that. Also, if you are on Xbox, you're going to want to change attack to be the right trigger. And you're going to want to change block to be the left trigger, because the bumpers are just not efficient enough. You're not going to get quality feedback from the game. Like, you're going to miss it. But anyway, come up here. This is the tutorial, so I'm not particularly concerned about anybody getting through it. Though there is a boss that I'm going to take a lot of care through just because he killed me 56 times in my first time going through this tutorial. This game is meant to be listened to in Japanese, and I'm going to leave it on Japanese because I believe in experiencing the art as intended. If you want to hear this in English, I do have a Let's Play of the entire game on my channel, and you can go ahead and watch it. All the dialogue's in English for that one. So, as you can see, it guides you towards it. So, you can just do a leg hang and switch over. The other alternative is you can jump, and you can hold grab. In this game, if you just hold grab, you don't have to time it or anything weird like that. You can actually just hold it as soon as you jump, and your guy will grab it when a ledge is available. That one thing actually kind of saves all the platforming in this game. If you don't know that, you're going to struggle a lot with the platforming. You can't double jump off of walls. Climb up, And then we're going to talk to Kuro, who's our good friend here. Hello, Kuro. I'm going to skip through this scene. Okay, so you get your sword. You want to talk to Kuro. Kuro's going to give you your healing gourd. He's going to tell you to go to a secret passage. So you're going to want to go ahead and pop up your menu, put on the healing gourd, and put on the homeward idol. Okay. You are going to want to go ahead, get that health on back. You want to come upstairs. Oh boy, wrong button. There you go. Grab the pellet. Go to quick items. Throw the pellet on as well. If you die, you come back to this room, so don't think you have to go through that whole initial part again. Go ahead. Open the door. Time for combat. I'm going to give a slight combat demonstration. You can just go ahead and sneak up on this guy and give him a backstab, but I'm going to try to actually demonstrate it a little bit. Oh, never mind. I'm going to kill this one. So there's a backstab, and this guy's coming up the hill. So if you just block, you can see a bar is popping up at the bottom of the screen. That's your posture bar. If it builds all the way up, you get posture broken or vulnerable to damage. Now, in addition, while you hold block, your posture bar recovers extremely quickly. So you can see, you hold it for a second, it goes away. If you let go and are just standing around, your posture stays. Then you can just attack. So weak enemies, you'll be able to overwhelm by just attacking continuously. However, stronger enemies will be able to deflect, and that's when you start to run into trouble. So there's another enemy up here to the left. Here he is. Hello, sir. He's running. This guy will actually deflect. You also want to deflect, and all that it is you press the block button right before he gets there. Toggling it actually works really well. So you just toggle, 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 and you usually will get credit for deflecting properly. So you can just toggle the block button like this and get yourself a deflection. Now, I would recommend toggle, 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 and try to time your toggling to when the sword's actually going to hit you, but keep toggling. There's no reason not to. As you grow in the game, your timing will get better and you'll need to toggle less. It is actually more effective if you stand here and somebody's about to hit you and then you snap up to block just once. You get added benefit from it, but it doesn't really matter. There we go. There you go. So as you can see, that time it was perfectly timed. So you can't sprint by holding square because I swapped the button over. If you don't swap, it'll stay circle. You want to come up here. There's one more enemy. Hello, sir. Now, as you can see, a perfectly timed deflection just ends an enemy entirely. 2 enemies through the door. If you don't want to fight them both at once because you're scared, you actually just bounce up here. Oh, there you go. Sneak, lock on, jump, and you can do a falling death blow. They call death blows in this game are what they call kills. It's all just a death blow. Okay, now just up the hill is kind of like a mini boss for the tutorial. And he killed me 56 times the first time I played because I didn't understand how the game worked. That should not happen to you if you watch this walkthrough. So I'm going to show you a couple of things during this fight. Also, you can watch my Die Less series. I go do a long spiel for this guy in that. So, leader Yamamuchi. Anyway, counter slash. So all that means is if you deflect and immediately attack, you can get, it just works. So the first thing I'm going to do is show you, you can just hold block against this guy. And he attacks so slowly that he actually won't hurt you. So if you're panicking, just hold block and he can't do anything to you. Okay. Now what you want to do is deflect. So deflect and attack. Deflect and attack. Now, He had 2 health bars. Something to bear in mind is when you are fighting in this game, you want to position yourself right in front of the guy. Like, you want to be on this dude, right on top of him, and you should always either be actively deflecting or you should be attacking an enemy. So, attack, attack, deflect, attack, attack, deflect. And you can see, as long as the combat is consistent and constant, you'll kill your enemies very quickly. But if you're passive, the fights will drag on, and you'll eventually run out of healing items and die. And that's how you die in the tutorial and really throughout the entire game. So just bear in mind, you want to be on top of your enemies, deflecting or attacking. Those are the 2 things you want to do. So this door does not open from the side. So you're going to come around to the side here. You're going to pick up this item. You're going to run along this tree. And you're going to jump. Oh, I fell. Okay, so if you fall like I just did, you just come back on up. You just walk along this tree, and you jump, and you grab. You're good. So now what you're going to do, you can actually go this way, I'm pretty sure, but you just want to come up here, double jump, and grab. There's an eavesdrop opportunity. Okay. You climb on up. Attack the troll monster. He'll die as long as you keep attacking. Go ahead. Ledge hang. Come on over and drop down as soon as you get over to the far side. Grab your pellet. Come on down. You're going to come over here and you're going to blow the reed whistle. Hey, you can talk to Kuro. So we're going to go ahead, and this will be the boss of the tutorial. You can't beat him. Well, you can actually beat this boss, but you don't have the skills that make it even slightly reasonable. You can find there's a few challenge runs on YouTube where somebody beat him. But I guess I'll give it my best shot. But I think there's one ability in particular called Makiri Counter that without it, I don't think I can beat him. That was a perilous attack. Yep. That, you can't really counter at this point. Yep, so that's the end of the fight. And there goes our precious arm. So, that's the beginning of the game. You're going to wake up back at the dilapidated temple. Okay, so now you're back at the dilapidated temple, and you have a new prosthetic arm. Very exciting. Come over, you want to talk to this guy. Always run through all of the dialogue with every NPC in this game. There are not many people that you can talk to, and they tell you extremely essential things. So make sure you walk through every single bit of dialogue, and really you should be reading item descriptions as well as you proceed through the entire game. Come over, examine this Buddha. You're going to get a bell in a little bit, and that bell you'll be able to use at this Buddha, and it'll take you to a new area of the game, which is really the area of the game that you're supposed to learn how to play this game. So you're going to want to come over here, grab this item. It's just a pellet. They heal you up slowly over time. Then you do want to come over to this guy. This guy is the combat trainer. You should spend quite a bit of time talking or dueling with this guy. You'll see this guy is immortal. So he's the combat trainer. You should spend enough time with him to make sure to understand the basics of combat in this game. Go ahead, just accept what he says. You have 3 steps of training. I'm not going to run through them for you, but you can. So, this offering box is for items. Specifically, there's a couple of NPCs that sell items that you are supposed to buy from them. But if for whatever reason you don't buy them, and that NPC dies, that item that is considered essential and you can only get it from that one NPC appears in the offering box. So just be aware that if you follow this guide, you won't actually need to use the offering box at any point. But with that, these are idols. When you commune with them, they act as save points. You can also rest. It resets the world state so all the enemies come back and you revive, and you get all your health back. So now that we've done that, Emma is here. Once you rest, you're gonna want to come talk to Emma. Emma increases the number of healing items that you have access to in a game. She's also essential at different points in the game. So give her gourd seeds. Make sure to talk to her. She's going to touch your face. If you die too much, you will spread a disease in this game. And once that happens, certain NPCs will not be able to talk to you anymore. She is the person that will help you heal that and will remove the penalty for dying. So once you've talked to her and the training guy, we're just going to run over here. We'll just grapple on up. Grapple over here. And go ahead, rest at this idol. This is the Ashina outskirts. The country that we are in is Ashina. It is, of course, modeled after Japan. And that's going to be the end of this episode. So this has been the first episode of my 100% walkthrough for Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. And I appreciate you guys taking the time to watch my video. It's awesome. I really do appreciate it. But yeah, I hope you guys stick around for the next video of the 100% walkthrough.